Good morning. I hope you have some fun plans this weekend and had a good week. So I decided to record myself doing 10 gesture drawings, or at least the practice of trying to figure out how to do a gesture drawing. As you can see, these, for me, it was a very interesting practice. I'm trying to figure out how to get to more fluid gesture drawings. Obviously, these are very beginner, but it was an interesting practice. Like I feel that I'm starting to get a little bit by little bit more comfortable with gesture drawing, trying to get past that it has to look good is part of the process a little bit, because they do look, very beginner-esque and very, they look okay. Right? For a beginner, extra beginner here, who's never really practiced this before. Cool, they look okay. So, this, I just wanted to show everyone what's been going on, what I've been trying to do this week. I gave myself kind of a challenge with the gesture drawings, try to do 10 a day to start out, and see if I can slowly build up to more as I feel, get through the emotional part of it of like, oh my gosh, this looks so crazy and this looks so weird and I don't know what I'm doing, all that kind of stuff. As I feel more confident, feel more like I'm getting the concept and technique down, I'll pick up the pace and do add more and more and more. But I'm just starting out with 10 right now, just to kind of first give me some time to kind of get over the fact that it has to look decently good. It can look terrible and it's okay. So anyway, but I really had fun though, practicing this, trying to figure out where to put the lines, how the body's moving, how to what lines do I do to show, the lungs or the chest or the rib cage, or, just trying to figure out how to do it. There's one person on YouTube that I have recently started following. I think it's Love Life Drawing, and can't remember his name right now, but I was trying to put the link in my earlier video I did this week, in one of the interviews he did, and he's been a really interesting guy to follow and very helpful in his advice. And so it's been nice to kind of hear what he has to say about it. So I do recommend watching his videos, just because you might get some ideas and inspiration there as far as what to work on and how to go. And I think I've also applied to some of his free classes he has through the website he has, and which has been kind of fun. It's been interesting and helpful. And so, but yeah, it's all about practice, right? Repetition. And there's one thing he mentions that I got to remind myself, it's not quality work right now, it's about quantity and just getting the basics down, right? So it can be frustrating. Like I said, I've had my moments where I've been really frustrated, the need to create is like so strong, but just have to try and balance it out with some other simpler, easier, maybe things to do and work on, that I can still get that need to create out of me, the desire to do that. And so hence why I did the botanical thing this week. And anyway, so yeah. So that's where I'm at. I'm also, later in this video, I do a skull. And I kind of experimented with the skull. It's nothing like what I have been doing in the past. And I tried to do more that just kind of an abstract idea. It was racking my brain. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. So that looks fun. But, I'm trying to just figure out all of this. And one of the things that I did try to do was do more of trying to pay attention to the shadows of the skull versus all the lines, trying to do a more abstract, do the distinct shadow that I see. And, it was my first time doing it. So it's something. It's a start. It looks terrible, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. It's just, that's the beginning, right? It looks kind of funny, but it was kind of fun to experiment though, and kind of see this in a different way and try to figure out the shadows. I'm not familiar with value that well right now. I'm still kind of learning those things too. So anyway, but just something else I experimented with. You'll see later on in the video. So in the Come Follow Me, this week in the Book of Mormon, I read Helaman 7 through 12, and the title for this was Remember the Lord, this section of the Steady Help. And the one verse that kind of stood out to me, there was a lot of great verses, good reminders of, just keeping the commandments and listening to prophets and things like that. But there was one particular verse that I really loved, and it was when the Lord is talking to Nephi, and the Lord says, "Blessed art thou." This is in Helaman 10:4. It says, "Blessed art thou, Nephi, for those things which thou hast done. For I have beheld how thou hast with unweariness declared the word, which I have given unto thee, unto this people. And thou hast not feared them, and hast not sought thine own life, but hast sought my will, and to keep my commandments." The reason why it kind of stood out to me is partly because, I think it's in the earlier verses, Nephi gets kind of frustrated because the wickedness of the people, they go from being good to bad to good again and bad again. It's this yo-yo ride he's on with them, and he kind of feels down, right, and frustrated with it. And but I like that the Lord, he knows that we can get down at times. He knows that we can feel just, the burden of, the wickedness of the way maybe people in our lives are, or maybe we're wicked. I don't know. We can kind of feel burdened by stuff like that. We can feel down. Life is not perfect, and mortality is not. And it can be hard. It can be difficult to deal with that. But I love this because the Lord is telling him, like, you've been keeping the commandments. You're seeking to do my will. And he's letting him know how he appreciates the effort, the good efforts, the righteous efforts he's making. It just shows that the Lord is aware of whatever small or big things that you do. And I love that. And that was the thing that stuck out to me. I need a reminder of that all the time because it's easy to get down on yourself. But I really appreciated that. And I just kind of took it to heart as, that's something that the Lord can tell us through prayer and through seeking, am I doing good, God? Let me know. And he can help you notice those things and notice that you are doing probably better than you think you are. And just to keep going. And yeah, and he'll give you the strength to do so. So I believe in that. That's what I testify anyway. And I'll let you go ahead and enjoy the rest of the video, and hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Sorry this is a little longer than usual, but I just kind of wanted to, anyway, just share those figure drawings too, and know that it doesn't have to look good. You know, it's hard to get over the fact that everything has to look good with art, but it doesn't. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.